Hey Gus, obviously a tough game yesterday, but I was curious when you went back and looked at it, just the screenplays. Is there sort of a common issue with those that you feel like you can correct, or do you kind of have a sense of why they went that way?
Yeah, you know what it was. I think we went in the game plan thinking, all right, how do we handle these guys in the outside? Limit the explosives. Make sure a guy like Chase doesn't have 10 receptions for 140 yards, and let the run game get going. And with our pass rush the way it's been, I'm sure there's different ways of trying to slow down that pass rush, and we didn't fit up a couple of screens right. There was one where we had a miscue on how we fit it. The other one, it could have went for about 9-10 yards. We just had bad leverage on the tackle. So, but all in all, I think they came three screen passes for 50 yards, and both of them set up scores. So, we got to get in a better job of fitting up the screens and being aware when they can happen. And, we got to really, a screen is the first guy's got to have a great fit. And then you need population of the ball. The D line's got to retrace their steps and become the inside portion. We got to fit it up in the backside. So I thought they did a good job. They probably knew we were trying to take away explosives, make sure we got good depth on our drops, and then they took advantage of that space.
And just in general with the pass rush, they were doing some other things to negate it. The rollouts and play action. It's a respect level to that group, but they still want to find a way to get to the quarterback anyway. So what's the challenge like to still affect the quarterback even when teams are doing that?
Sure. Well, I think the last couple of weeks, Nate, when you look at it, I mentioned this, I think, in the past conferences that we've had, that some of the sacks have coming with good rush and good coverage. And I think there's times I hear, remember one Taekwon where he hit the quarterback right when he was throwing it, and we didn't have tight coverage. And so it really works hand in hand. I thought we had some good pressure, but we didn't have good tight coverage on the back end, and that allowed for some completions. So we just got to get back to getting our fundamental principles, play tight coverage, stay more connected to some of these routes, and now take away some of the space.
George.
With young corners in particular, but really all the young players who are contributing, is a game like yesterday a hard lesson of sort of what it takes in a playoff push?
Yeah, I think there's no doubt. Here it is. I mean, every game is so important during the year, and now it's amped up more. You're in a playoff chase, and you want to play your best ball in December. So to go out there and not play as well as we wanted to, as a team, it's a little bit humbling because we did win 4 in a row, but it's every week, and we got to be on the details. And this week, this past week, I should say, if you're not, some of these explosive plays take care of you, and they set up scores. And it's that competitive endurance of playing every play like it's the only play.
James.
Gus, how would you assess Grover Stewart's return yesterday and just what it means going forward as he, I guess, ramps back up?
Yeah, and he played very well. He did a good job. As far as his conditioning, on some of those screens, you saw him come out of the stack and chasing it down. So, I think we're pretty pleased with where he's at. His disruptiveness. He made some plays, and to kind of get a feel how teams see us now. With him in there, we're more perimeter runs. Maybe that where some of the screens came up because of it. That took place as a perimeter run. Some of the screens. So. We're getting a good feel for that after this game, but overall, I think that he played pretty well on his comeback.
Joel.
Gus, what do you lose when you guys don't have EJ Speed now?
Well, EJ's a big playmaker for us, and when he's out there, usually something good happens. You're going to see a tackle for a loss or a big play or just his speed on the field. Now, Ronnie, has come in and filled admirably for him. I mean, made a big play, a pick six, got us in the end zone, so those plays. And we think Ronnie's got a chance to be very good for us. Now, on the other side of it, it is a new position for him. So some of those growing pains that we went through at the corners early in the year, you go through a few of them with Ronnie. But, I think each game that he plays, the more experience he gets, I think we'll like what we see from him.